So let's put this into practice. Let's see what stories come up. Whether we want to call it meditation, or we can just call it unsubscribing from our familiar stories. So if you want to join in with me in this, you're more than welcome to experience, to whatever degree is possible right now in this moment, your natural state where there is no story, no words, no patterns, nothing that can describe you at all. There is just you. It doesn't necessarily mean the stories go away. Something might still be talking. You can just allow that to talk inside, just a voice talking in the vastness. And there might not really be anybody listening to subscribe. So with your eyes open or closed, whatever you want to do, you want to join me in this meditation. It's just simply to sit quietly in whatever position you feel comfortable in. And just to notice, just to listen, just to wait for the stories that happen. Stories will come as we sit in meditation like this. Maybe the first story will be, I'm not going to be able to feel peace. I'm not going to be able to do this right. And if you just choose to unsubscribe from that, what if you are so complete already that you don't even need to reach for peace? What if the very effort to reach for peace is what's disturbing you right now? And in this meditation, if there's a story that there is a goal to reach, you can just notice that one, let that one go too. There's no goal here. There's just the open space that is you and the stories that we're noticing and stepping away from. Thoughts may arise. Story may be suggested that that shouldn't be happening. And what happens if you let that one go too? Thoughts are there, they're there. It doesn't matter. Just noticing the stories and then experiencing what it's like if we don't buy these stories. This isn't going to work for me. I'm not sure I'm doing this right. I keep getting distracted. That shouldn't be occurring. All of these are stories we can notice in meditation. And just choose to let them be. Don't have to buy them. There's no goal here. There's nothing for you to achieve. There is nothing to become. There's just you being you and gradually experiencing more quietness as you just leave these stories be, as you just leave these familiar tales. Let them run if they're running. Just leave them be. Another familiar story may be that this isn't getting us anywhere. If there is noise in your environment, there may be the story that it should be quiet for you to meditate, that you need it to be quiet. Each moment is an opportunity to step out of our stories, to experience life, reality, ourselves, as we are in this moment without any stories. What's here in this moment without believing these stories? Isn't there just a kind of quietness that perhaps has always been there, but not noticed? This is You without your stories. This is you without the story of your progress. If an emotion arises, notice the stories around it. It's going to be too much for me to cope with. It's not safe to feel this emotion. This is disturbing my peace. You can just step out of those as well. If there's pain in the body or tension, what's the stories around that? I need this to stop. I need this to go away. It's disturbing my peace. It's disturbing my meditation. This shouldn't be happening. This wouldn't happen if I was awakened. Just notice all of these stories if they play and step away. Don't have to fight with them. We're just not interested in this moment. What's it like to be already free? To have nothing apply to you, no limitation, no story. To not need to make any progress at all in this moment. What's it like to step out of the greatest story of all? I am bound and I need to get free. What happens when you step out of even that one? There is just freedom in this moment then. Again, just listening to the stories, noticing what stories are playing. Not sure I'm doing this right. My attention keeps wandering, I must be doing it wrong. I listen to a couple of stories, I'm not supposed to be doing that. All of these are just things we can step away from. I'm sure other people are much more peaceful than me, having a much better experience than me. Just step out of these stories right now, if you want to. Experience freedom. I'm not good enough to reach enlightenment. It's never going to happen for me. I just can't seem to get there. I never seem to get what I want. Life isn't fair. Just stepping out of this. What's here in this moment without our stories? Maybe noticing stories. Well, I'm feeling quite peaceful now, but later I won't be able to stay like this. It's easy to do this when I'm in Satsang, but when I'm on my own, it's harder. If we buy these stories, we know what's on the next page. Right now, what is it like to experience yourself without any story? What does it feel like to be free already in this moment. Even the story that I want this to continue, I want to keep feeling this way. I'm going to lose this later. That I can't feel this way when I'm at work. I can't feel this way when I'm with my family. I can't feel this way when I'm with other beings. What great stories have you experienced? And can you discard them in this moment? As if our life was an exploration of the stories that we have believed and an opportunity to set them aside. Every single story we release, we're rewarded with more peace, more clarity, more spaciousness, and more confidence that no story at all is true about you. You're not on a journey. You're not heading somewhere. You're not succeeding or failing at awakening. You are already that awakened state, recognizing itself. If there is peace in this moment, there may be stories. I'd like it to stay. Just unsubscribe from even this. That there's something I can do to keep this or to lose it. It's just not true. Whatever story we believe, we'll experience immediately. We are utterly free in this moment to experience any story we'd like to subscribe to, or to completely experience the absence of any story at all. There isn't any story that can define you. You're already the awakened state. You don't need to be worthy. You don't need more practice. Just an invitation in this moment to experience yourself unfettered and unbound and unrestricted and unlimited. As if each story has been a weight we've been carrying around. And as we let go of these stories, and the energies just begin to dissolve. Our mind is made of stories. What stories are being suggested to you? Well, it's fine to feel this now, but when I have to go to work later, I can't be like this. What if that's not true? In this moment, we're either experiencing ourselves as we are, or we're experiencing our stories. There is no in between. Even this greatest story that I must wake up, I must break free, I must come out of this illusion. What if that's not true? What if you are already so free? Just taking this moment to experience life without stories. We can never get to the end, the resolution of the stories. We can simply step out of them instead. I've been trying to wake up for so long, it's just never going to happen. What if that's not true? What if you've been experiencing it because you've believed the story and not the other way around? Just experience with me in this moment, life without any limitations. What does it feel like to be free already in this moment? Are you experiencing freedom? Or have you picked up a story? And if so, can you just discard it again? What if our moment-to-moment experience is an opportunity to step away from these stories? Not because they're wrong, just because we know what happens if we go that way. And we'd simply prefer to experience freedom, to experience quietness, to experience peace. Peace is not the absence of stories, but simply not buying into them. Freedom is making that choice to unsubscribe in this moment. And we always have that choice. You can just step out of time and progress and becoming and needing and wanting and not being there yet, and experience being there right now. You may be the greatest storyteller of all as the self, but just coming to see that no story has ever been true. No experience has ultimately ever been completely real, but experienced as so. The only reality is you. The vast spaciousness in which your body, the thought stories, the emotions, all of that is just arising. So in a moment, we're going to bring this formal meditation to an end. But just because we may begin to ask questions, to listen to dialogue, to open our eyes, to move around, we don't have to pick up these stories again. What if you stayed in this meditation even with your eyes open, even while you go to work, even while you interact with your family, even while you meditate later, even while you self-inquire, all of it. Very simple way of moving through life. Just watching for the stories and unsubscribing.